For thousands of years, we've been told a simple story. The Great Pyramids were tombs, nothing more. Monuments to pharaohs' egos, built by vast armies of workers hauling limestone blocks across the desert. But what if we've been wrong this entire time? What if these magnificent structures served a purpose so advanced, so technological, that it sounds like science fiction? Imagine with me standing before the Great Pyramid, not as a tomb, but as a massive power station humming with energy drawn from the earth itself. Sounds impossible, right? But here's the mystery that baffled archaeologists. New evidence is forcing us to reconsider everything. The story begins in 2024 when researchers from Germany and Russia decided to probe Khufu's masterpiece using electromagnetic resonance testing. What they discovered left the scientific community stunned. Deep within the pyramid's internal chambers and passageways, electromagnetic energy was concentrating in specific areas, particularly the king's chamber and the subterranean passages beneath it. This wasn't random interference or measurement error. The pyramid's dimensions, its precise alignment, and its materials seemed to form a natural resonator capable of amplifying electromagnetic waves. Could this have been deliberate? Were the ancient builders designing something we're only now beginning to understand? But the puzzling question is, how could a civilization without modern technology engineer such a sophisticated system? Let's dig deeper into the pyramid's core. Recent analysis revealed something incredible. The limestone blocks forming the pyramid's body are rich in quartz crystal, while the base platform is constructed from granite. Now, here's what will blow your mind. Granite contains natural piezoelectric properties. When subjected to immense pressure, like the weight of over 2 million limestone blocks, it generates subtle electrical charges. Combine that with the pyramid's alignment to magnetic north, and a fascinating pattern emerges. The Great Pyramid may have functioned as a massive energy capacitor, harnessing forces we're only beginning to comprehend. At first glance, this sounds like pseudoscience, doesn't it? But modern physics suggests otherwise, and what we'll discover now will amaze you. The Earth itself produces constant flows of telluric current, natural electrical energy traveling through the ground. If the pyramid's granite base interacted with these currents, it could have channeled and concentrated them within its chambers. And those mysterious copper fittings found in the upper shafts of the king's chamber? Long dismissed as purely symbolic or decorative, they suddenly take on new meaning. Could they have served as conductive terminals, directing unseen energy through the structure? This discovery has reignited a tantalizing theory. The pyramids were part of an ancient system for collecting, storing, and perhaps even transmitting energy. Ancient Egyptian texts frequently mention divine power or sekhem flowing through temples and monuments described as sacred life force connecting heaven and earth. For generations, archaeologists dismissed these writings as spiritual metaphors, poetic language with no basis in physical reality. But what do you think about this theory? What if sekhem described something literal, natural energy the Egyptians had learned to harness and integrate into their architecture? Now let's move to another incredible discovery at the Black Pyramid of Amenemhat III at Dashur. Though considered structurally unstable today, researchers found traces of unusual materials embedded near its foundation, deposits of unknown crystalline compounds that respond to subtle electric fields. The pyramid's layout mirrors the geometry of resonant cavities used in modern energy storage research, suggesting builders were experimenting with energy control centuries before electricity was even conceived. What we're witnessing here is engineering sophistication that challenges our assumptions about ancient capabilities. In 2023, ground-penetrating radar scans beneath the Giza Plateau detected something extraordinary. Subsurface tunnels filled with high-salinity water, which happens to be a natural conductor of electricity. Some researchers now propose that the Nile's ancient course, which once flowed much closer to the pyramids, could have played a crucial role in generating or distributing this energy. If true, the pyramids might have been built along geomagnetic nodes, sites where Earth's natural energy field was most intense. Imagine the ancient Egyptians mapping these invisible power lines across their landscape, positioning their greatest monuments at optimal points in this energy grid. But here's the question that keeps archaeologists debating late into the night. If the pyramids truly channeled power, what was it used for? The debate turns speculative yet fascinating. Some believe the energy was spiritual, designed to amplify rituals, preserve the pharaoh's soul, or connect with cosmic forces. Others suggest more practical applications: illumination within temples without soot-producing torches, electroplating gold artifacts with microscopic precision, or preserving food in underground chambers cooled by resonant airflow systems. These aren't just wild guesses, my fellow time detectives. Archaeological evidence supports these theories. Copper tools with microscopic gold coating have been discovered. Tomb ceilings remain soot-free despite being sealed for thousands of years. So how did they achieve lighting without fire? Recent thermal imaging studies revealed even more intriguing evidence: temperature anomalies across the Great Pyramid's surface, hotspots that cannot be explained by sunlight alone. These readings suggest internal heat differentials consistent with energy flow or sophisticated air movement, possibly remnants of a long-lost system of ventilation or power generation. Whatever the mechanism, it was remarkably sophisticated, far beyond the primitive methods we once assumed ancient builders possessed. Skeptics rightfully argue that none of this definitively proves the pyramids were power plants. There's no ancient inscription declaring this was our generator. But as more data emerges from cutting-edge research, the idea that these monuments were purely symbolic burial chambers seems increasingly incomplete. The Egyptians were master engineers who understood profound relationships between geometry, nature, and cosmic forces. Their temples and tombs weren't just impressive stone piles built through sheer labor. They were living structures, carefully designed to channel energy, whether physical, spiritual, or both. Perhaps that's why even today, visitors standing inside the Great Pyramid describe experiencing a strange sensation, an almost tangible vibration, a subtle hum echoing through the ancient stone. Maybe they're feeling what the ancients once did, the pulse of the earth itself, captured and amplified by one of humanity's greatest architectural achievements. If the pyramids truly once powered aspects of ancient Egyptian civilization, it forces us to question how much of our past we've fundamentally misunderstood and what lost knowledge disappeared when these systems fell silent. This exclusive historical analysis comes from S Historia, and what we've uncovered today challenges conventional archaeology. Share your discoveries with us in the comments below. Do you think the ancient Egyptians possessed advanced energy technology? What other purposes might these incredible structures have served? Join our archaeological journey as we continue unlocking ancient mysteries together. In our next episode, we'll travel to another fascinating destination where the past reveals even more shocking secrets about human